We asked the question yesterday about having kids opening, let's say, refrigerators or turning lights off and on Shabbat. And the answer is to most part, absolutely not. What does it mean? We know that there is a mitzvah, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibart bam, v'shinantam levanecha. Right? And the shinantam levanecha you have to teach to your children. And then it says us also in Sefer Dvarim, ushmartem la'asot, and you guard in order to keep. So the whole thing that we do, Shmirat Shabbat, is to keep Shabbat. When I take a kid and I'm educating him, I'm giving an example, I'm educating him to violate Shabbat, it's not allowed because I am over on mitzvat chinuch. The kid itself, if the kid, for example, turn off the light accidentally. Okay, you know why? You turn the light accidentally, so what can you do? First of all, don't yell at the kid. However, to tell the kid to turn it on, turn it off, you're not allowed to. If you need the light to be turned on for choleh or something like that, whatever it is, try to find a goy to do so. You can do so by a goy. There's a way to do so by a goy, amira le'akum. But to tell a kid is absolutely asar.
I go to a house on Shabbat.
Hold on. Now, let's say, for example, somebody has a refrigerator light is on. Right? And you can ask the kid to open the refrigerator and get food from there. First of all, so let's say your refrigerator light is on, right? So what are the things you can do is if you know it's on, you move the refrigerator gently, and then beshinui, when the engine is not working, in certain cases, depends on the type of refrigerator, let's not get into this now, you could disconnect the electricity and they take the food from the refrigerator. There's not going to be light. Only in severe cases where the baby needs the food, and the food is only in the refrigerator for this kid, only then you can instruct the kid in the way he will understand to open it and take the food. Otherwise you can't. You cannot educate a child in the wrong way. Why is that? The Chazon Ish tells us that chinuch, education, has to be is the parallel word for emet, for the truth. I cannot educate my son or my daughter on a sheker. I have to strive for the truth in their education. So if I will teach my son that he can turn off the light and I can't, later on when Chas v'Shalom my son will go on and turn it on, is not because he is off the derech, is because I placed him off the derech. Many halachot like this. For example, Rav Ovadia Yosef writes about lulav. You're not allowed, lulav and etrog. He says, you're not, or Rav Ben Zion writes it also, you're not allowed to educate your kid by a pasul etrog or pasul lulav. You don't have to buy him a mehudar one, but you cannot buy him a pasul etrog or give him a lemon. You cannot give your kid tzitzit, talit katan with tzitziot in it that is machine made. Because according to most opinion, that's pasul, that's not appropriate to put on. You can educate your kid on davar that is wrong. As much as you're not allowed to feed a kid, would you think to feed your kid, for example, in pig, or let's say your kid is hungry, would you go and buy him a McDonald's? Why not? Why not? Go buy your kid a McDonald's, egg whatever, McMuffin. Buy him, let him eat. I mean, he's under education. I mean, he's underage. He's not chayav. He is not chayav. But you cannot feed him davar isur. But you are obligated to his education, and you can educate him on the line. Therefore, you cannot ask a kid to enter codes for your alarm. You cannot ask your kid to turn off or to turn on, and so on and so forth. Let's say, for example, the kid accidentally turned the light on in his room, and he cannot sleep with the light on. Some poskim, would allow you to hint to the kid, beshinui, to turn off the light if it's. But these are just extreme cases. For your convenience and so on and so forth, you could either use an akum is use a goy to do so, or just tough it up. What's the big deal? It's not such a big deal. But the damage that could occur by educating kids the wrong way sometimes is beyond fixing. You can't fix that. So therefore you can't do that. You cannot ask your kid to turn on the light, to open the refrigerator, close the refrigerator, turn on the AC, turn off the AC. You can't do it. That's the basic thing. So pay very close attention to that.